Hey everybody, it's Diana again. So I know that you can tell by the title that we're going to talk about internet dating. The reason I'm laughing is I just finished doing this whole thing and the camera wasn't even on. Yeah, so we're going to try it again, this time with the camera rolling. Okay, so I'm going to say right now that if you're here because of the title and you think you're going to perv on us and say something nasty or being derogative or negative or any of that kind of crap, I have zero tolerance and I will delete everything and block you. We're not here for your crap. We're here to discuss internet dating for trans women over 50. So, what have y'all girls been doing? You know, what have y'all been doing to try to meet someone nice? You know? I know if you live in a larger area, it's probably easier. You know, you've got, groups and clubs and places that you can go and things. But I live in a really small, rural area here in Mississippi where everybody knows. I graduated from high school in this town. So, this is where, if you've watched my other video about, where I went to school and everything, where I got drug away from, this was the town. So everybody knows me, you know. I'm notorious here. I'm famous here. I'm the homegrown transsexual of Noxubee County, Mississippi. Yeah. So, I find it kind of hard meeting people as far as someone to date. One time this guy came, he moved here from, family was originally from here, and he moved here to live close to his relatives. And unbeknownst to me at the time, they played a joke on this man. They introduced him to me. They brought him to my store. I had an antique store. And introduced him to me, but they did not tell him that I was transsexual. Well, he was just head over heels crazy about the doll. And I assumed he knew. So I didn't explain it to him. And they waited until he actually asked me out on a date. I mean, he came to my house. I lived with my mother then. I was taking care of my mother. And he would come and visit, and he had him over to eat and stuff. And when he actually asked me out on a date, he told them that he had asked me out on a date. We were going out. So they told him the tea. Well, he came straight over to tell me something like he knew all along, but blah, 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 and all this stuff. But, of course, we never went out, because that's just the way people are. He probably didn't care. But the fact that he was made fun of and laughed at by his family, he could have never dated me. And that's sad that transsexuals and transgender people have that to deal with. That people can't just meet you and like you as the person that you are. That's who you are, without you having to explain anything about being transgender or transsexual or intersex or any of that stuff. You don't have to explain any of it, because that's not really who you are. That happens to be what you are, like if you're a diabetic or something like that. I mean, when you first meet somebody, you don't go over all your medical history with them, so why should you have to do it in our situation? You want to get to know somebody first. And then it's sad. So, whenever I started putting, filling out profiles, I went to eHarmony first, and I paid for a year's worth of service at eHarmony. And I never met anything there, and I didn't put anything about trans on my profile. But all I got was perverts and scam artists. People looking to get money off people. People thinking that women of a certain age would be desperate enough to do anything for these men. And a lot of them are. I'm sad to say that a lot of them are, but I can spot a scam man just really, really quick. And I can spot a pervert too whenever, the first time he turns on the camera, the first thing you see is his penis. I'm sorry. That's not what I'm here for. I mean, if I wanted that, I could find that. Probably my next door neighbor over here, I could tap on his door at night. I'm sure he would give me that. But that's not what I'm looking for. I'd like to have a relationship. I'd like to meet somebody that I like, that I want to spend some time with, that I can hang out a little bit with, And that kind of stuff, I'm not a prude. That kind of stuff comes later, of course. It's just not something I'm out looking for, searching for, because it's got to be, that particular thing has to be a hook to somebody I like. That I would even want to even look at it. But men think that women of a certain age, that they're just desperate to get anything, And when you look at these profiles, girls, have you seen, if you're older, you're a younger girl, and you see some cute men, and there are a few cute pictures on these sites, but usually those are the scam men. The real men are the ones that look like they're so rotted. You wouldn't even, you wouldn't want to even be seen with them in public. Not that, I'm that great, and not that I'm that much of a prude, but I'm sorry. My life is full enough without having to deal with something like that. If y'all hear any noise here, this room is next to a side street with a traffic sign here. And also my lovebird cage is right here. And sometimes they get busy loving. I got a video that I'm going to show later. They last longer than my ex-husband. So, let's get back to this. If y'all got any advice or comments or something, leave them below. Let's talk about this, because, this is a serious issue to a lot of girls after you get past 35. They're trying to find somebody decent to hang out with. So, y'all got any pointers for me? So, but I'm okay. I have friends. I have a dear friend, Judy, and a bunch of other girls at an art club in Columbus. I try to visit those ladies every Thursday, and Judy's been a dear friend of mine for 25 years. And then I have my cousin that I spend a lot of time with, especially since she's been ill for the last years. I spend a lot of time with her. And so my life is full. It's just, when I come home and like on the weekends, like this is Friday night, would have been a great night to go, go have dinner with somebody or some outing of some sort. Would have been nice. And so I would like to be able to hang out with somebody. So, yeah, but here I sit in my haunted house with my birds and my dogs. My cats are outside. I had to put my cats out because They was terrorizing my house. I leave them on the back porch. I'm bad. I'm thanking God that it's getting to be springtime. I can get out in my garden in the back and keep myself busy. I love it. That's one thing that I love the most in my entire life is getting out and working in my garden and planting flowers and doing a fire in my fire pit, that kind of stuff. I really enjoy swinging on my swing on the back porch. And there's just some things I like to do with somebody, you know? Yeah, that's when I miss having somebody in my life, somebody to share that with. Not that I really need somebody to do that much for me, but do things with me, you know? Do any of y'all ever miss having somebody to do things with? Yeah. Because a long time gets lonely sometimes. You can only watch so much Netflix and the Disney Channel. I mean, how many times can you watch The Lion King? Okay, girls and boys, whoever's watching this video, please put a comment down here. Tell me how crazy I am. And if you haven't already, subscribe and click the little bell so that I can let you know when I put up some new content. I will be doing more of my Woman Once Removed and to tell my life story. But I want to put stuff like this in the middle too. Some fun things that are important to me. And Marty. That's an inside joke, y'all. That's an inside joke. I love you, girl. And for y'all who don't know, Marty has a channel, Beyond Trans, and every Sunday night at it's 7 o'clock Central Time. She does a podcast, and she has some great topics. And y'all need to check her out if you don't already. Check her out. I'm going to be doing a podcast with her some evening about the history of trans. It should be interesting. Okay, y'all. Have a good evening. Love y'all.